way, buddy. Come on. Come on. Get up there. Come on. Let's go. Oh, look, Apollo. We've came to a fork in the road. Literally. And figuratively. Oh, come on. You guys had to have seen that one coming. But it does mean that we're faced with a decision. And it's a package deal. If we go to the left, we pay all the costs and reap all the benefits of the left trail, but we sacrifice the costs and benefits of the right trail. And since it's a package deal, we cannot take just the benefits and costs that we feel like paying from the left trail. It's an all or nothing deal. You're probably wondering what this has to do with parenting an addicted loved one, and especially with the if-onlys, which I promised that we'd talk about. Do you remember last week we talked about a friend of mine who was struggling with the if-onlys as well as being a bad parent? The other form that he was struggling with was the what-ifs, the if-onlys. If only his wife had stayed home instead of having her own career. If only he had gotten out of the military when the child was born and moved to Nebraska and had a farm far away from the big life of cities. What would have happened then? This time. But before we deal with the if-onlys, I have a favor to ask of you. If you find this video helpful, please like us. If you find this series helpful, please follow us. If you want more information than we can possibly provide in a short video series, by all means, please do go ahead and refer to the book. Think of the videos as a first aid and the book as definitive care. They cover so much more than we could ever cover in this. And if you have read the book, by all means, please go ahead and write a review. Reviews are the best gift you can give to an author because it not only raises us up in the ranks, but it also shows other people who might be suffering the same thing you're dealing with, that this is a valuable resource for them. So with that out of the way, let's get back to answering the if-onlys. Most of us try to make the best choice that we can make. We look at the cost, we look at the benefits, we try to come up with those things that will minimize the risk to the most extent possible. Then we make the best choice that we can. I don't know anyone who goes through all of that and then intentionally chooses a worst case scenario, at least in their own minds. Now, back to the fork that we're faced with. No, not this fork. This fork. Now, there's a lot of tools I can use to help me make the best decision. For example, my map and my compass tell me what to expect on either trail. If I head to the left, my map tells me that I should expect to come across a beautiful vista with cascading ridge lines dropping off towards the horizon. And if I go up towards the right, I should expect to come across a beautiful waterfall. But even a map and compass or a GPS can't tell you exactly what you're going to experience. Maybe the trees have grown up and obscured the view. Maybe the beaver have dammed that little stream that made that waterfall. Maybe there's a mama bear and her cub down that way with an attitude which would really ruin my day. Maybe up that way I might run into mountain goats. There's no way to know. Best it can do is give you a general idea. No matter which route we take, there's going to be risks. Now, there are things that we can do to reduce risks. For example, here in beautiful Washington State, all the rattlesnakes are in the central part of the state. As long as I stay on the west side, I avoid the risk of my dog or me being bit by a rattlesnake. But I give up all the views from the central and eastern part of the state. I could put him through rattlesnake aversion training, but many dogs still get bit even with rattlesnake aversion training. I could get him a rattlesnake venom vaccine, but the risk with that is several dogs have died from anaphylactic reaction when they get bit. There's no safe course in life. We make the choices that we can, and we eliminate as many risks as we can. We weigh the odds, and that's what we go with. Let's say my friend had gotten out of the Navy, moved to Nebraska, and bought a farm. More than likely, he would have avoided his son becoming a heroin addict in Seattle, Washington. However, the Midwest has its own problems. There's meth, alcohol, and several other problems. Who's to know if he would have avoided his son becoming an addict out there, addicted to meth, alcohol, anything like that? Who's to know if his son would not have moved to Seattle and become an addict out here? Each area has its own risks. We eliminate some, we expose ourselves to others. This beautiful area has some of the most severe earthquakes and volcanoes in the world. But we don't have hurricanes. You have to make your choice. There's one thing else I would like you to consider, though. If you're spending all your time thinking about the if-onlys, if only I had done this, if only I had not done that, where are you dwelling? You're dwelling, you're living way back there in the past. There's nothing back there. There's nothing alive back there. The people that love you, the people that need you, the people that want you with them, need you here, because here in the present is where they're at. There's nothing back there except memories. Memories can't love you. Memories can't hold you. Memories can't forgive you. Memories can't live with you. Memories don't need you. If you want to be with your people, here's where they are, right now, in the present. Buddy, I feel like the waterfall hike would be a better hike for us today. What do you think? Let's go.